Hey everyone, I hope you're doing all right today. So, here's something that's been on a lot of people's minds lately, and honestly, it might shape a whole lot more than most folks realize. Right now, Israel and Iran are locked in what's become their biggest direct fight in modern times. And while some people think it's just another faraway conflict, the ripple effects could hit closer to home than you might expect. Did you know that oil prices and even your energy bill could feel this too? So, stick with me, because understanding what's going on right now might just help you make sense of what happens next, and maybe even prepare for it. Before we get too far, drop a comment below and tell me, does this situation worry you or not so much? I really want to hear where you stand. And while you're here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss when we talk through stuff like this together. All right, so let's get right into it. On June 13th, just past midnight over there, Israel launched a big surprise attack on Iran's nuclear and military sites. The official reason? Israel's leaders said they believed Iran was literally weeks away from making nuclear bombs. Iran says nope, it's all for peaceful energy. But satellite pictures don't lie, and you could see parts of Iran's enrichment centers damaged and burning. So, yeah, the strikes didn't just blow up buildings, they killed high-level Iranian military officers and nuclear scientists too. That alone cranked the tension way past boiling. So then, naturally, Iran didn't just sit back. Within hours, they fired back with hundreds of missiles and drones aiming right at Israel's cities. Israel's Iron Dome and U.S. systems shot down a bunch, but sadly, some got through. Civilians have died, neighborhoods caught fire, and a lot of people are sleeping in bomb shelters these days. And this back and forth hasn't stopped. If anything, it's turned into a chain reaction with other groups like Hezbollah and the Houthis making noise too. So now, here's a twist that has the whole world watching. President Donald Trump's stance has been, well, complicated. He cheered Israel on at first, calling their strikes excellent, but then kind of hinted he wanted things to calm down. But then he got tougher again, basically telling Iran's supreme leader to surrender or else, while boasting that the US and Israel control the skies over Iran. Some folks think he might approve strikes on Iran's most hidden nuclear site, the Fordow facility, which only American bunker busters can really destroy. So that's raised eyebrows everywhere. What's interesting though, despite all this tough talk, the Pentagon hasn't bombed Iran directly, at least not yet. They've got fighter jets and warships all set up to protect US bases and people in places like Bahrain and Qatar, but they're officially staying defensive for now. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says if America does decide to hit Iran, it'll be because the president gives a clear go-ahead. But, and here's a big but, not everyone at home agrees with Trump about all this. Even some of his biggest fans say getting tangled up in another Middle Eastern fight is the opposite of America first. Meanwhile, other Republican leaders are pushing him to go full force and finish what Israel started. In Congress, you've got Democrats and even libertarian Republicans teaming up to pass rules making sure Trump can't launch a big attack without asking Congress first. It's not every day you see Bernie Sanders and Thomas Massie agree on something, but here we are. So then, while the politicians argue, real people are the ones stuck in the middle. Imagine trying to get your family to safety while missiles rain down. In Tehran, a lot of folks are trying to flee to quieter towns, but highways are clogged and the internet keeps going out. One woman told reporters her voice messages took almost a day to send, and she's just praying each night she and her family wake up in the morning. Over in Israel, kids aren't going to school in some areas. Families are sleeping underground, and there's real fear the conflict could spill over into Gaza or other places, making an already bad situation even worse. And speaking of spillover, oil and gas markets are feeling the heat too. Fires broke out at big oil storage spots. Plus, there's worry that shipping lanes near the Strait of Hormuz might get blocked. That tiny stretch of water moves a huge chunk of the world's oil. So if things shut down there, fuel prices can spike everywhere. So yeah, next time you gas up your car and the pump price jumps, this might be partly why. And something else a lot of people don't know is just how hard it is for Israel to completely wipe out Iran's nuclear work. Some parts, like the Fordow facility I mentioned, are literally buried deep in a mountain. Israel doesn't have the big bunker-busting bombs needed to hit that. Only America does. So Israel is hoping their attacks and threats make Iran back down before they ever need the US to finish the job. But experts say that's a risky gamble. And here's where it gets even more complicated. Some analysts think bombing Iran's program might actually make Iran speed up their nuclear plans instead of quitting. History shows us, you hit a country's secrets, they often double down. So the question is, does more bombing stop the threat, or does it guarantee it grows? There's no clear answer, and that's what has people worried. At the same time, European leaders are begging for a ceasefire, trying to cool tempers before this turns into a bigger regional war. France's President Macron is trying to broker peace talks, but neither Israel nor Iran seems ready to back down yet. Israel's prime minister says this is their once-in-a-lifetime shot to set Iran's nuclear work back by decades. Iran's leaders say they'll get revenge no matter how long it takes. So, a standstill isn't looking likely soon. And while all this unfolds, it's not just bombs and missiles in play. Cyber warfare is huge right now too. Israel's hackers have knocked out parts of Iran's communication systems. Iran's hackers are hitting back, trying to break into Israeli infrastructure. So battles aren't just happening in the skies, they're happening on keyboards too. So then, what does all this mean for everyday folks like you and me? Well, besides oil prices, there's the bigger picture. America's military is stretched thin already, and if this turns into another open-ended conflict, it costs money, lives, and focus that could be used elsewhere. Plus, with Congress fighting the president over war powers, you could see big debates on your news feed about who really decides when America goes to war. And hey, I really appreciate you wanting to understand this more deeply. Let me know in the comments. Do you think the US should stay out of this fight completely or help Israel more actively? I'd love to read your thoughts, and you might help someone else think it through too. Before I forget, make sure you subscribe if you like clear, calm breakdowns like this, because I promise to keep you updated as this situation changes. And yeah, it will. So, to sum it all up, Israel and Iran are caught in a deadly back and forth right now. President Trump is trying to walk a tightrope between supporting Israel. Just pausing for a moment to share something important with you. We've partnered with Chapter, a service we feel confident recommending for clear, honest Medicare help. They'll connect you with a licensed advisor, compare every Medicare plan in your area, and help you save money. Most people save around $1,100 a year. It's free, and their care advocate team is there to support you even after you're signed up. Call 615-639-1937 or visit askchapter.org/money using the link in the comments below. And avoiding a new war, Congress is pushing back to keep checks on presidential power, and regular people from Tehran to Tel Aviv are the ones paying the highest price. The truth is, how this ends or drags on could change a lot more than just the headlines. It could hit our wallets, our politics, and even how America looks at the rest of the world. So stay alert, stay informed, and remember, sometimes the world feels far away until it knocks right on your door. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time with more to help you stay ahead of what's happening out there.